I wanted to do some modular stuff today. And I usually do quick streams, sort of on Instagram or whatever. But I wanted to do a proper one this time because audio is obviously terrible otherwise. But yeah, so it's all hooked up. This is sent straight through my sound interface, and yeah, we're gonna make some bleeps and bloops. I hope you guys are doing good. I got some soda with me, some Arandina, as you can hear, maybe. So, so yeah, the idea, I think, because usually with modular I have like a few things I like to do with it, or like I usually go towards, which is, jungle, house, and whatnot. But I don't think I've ever done really a stream where I get like just really messy because I think like one of my goals, kind of like subconsciously when I stream modular, has been that I want to show people that it can be really musical and cool, which I mean it is inherently anyway, because I think this stuff is just cool, but I usually end up making more musical things. And I want to do still something pretty musical, but I want to get like into that weird IDM stuff, or whatever you want to call it. So I think I'm just gonna make it real messy, and then we'll find structure as we go or something, and then you guys can discuss, ask a question about this. If you're new to, whatever the hell this is, you can just like ask things, and I'll put it simply, because again, it's usually if like you see this stuff for the first time, it's really intimidating. In all reality, though, it's like, there is a lot all at once here, but individually, it's all pretty simple and can be broken down for anyone to understand. And especially because this stuff is fascinating anyway, just feel free to ask anything. And also discuss about music, whatever you want. Doesn't have to be about modular, but that's what we are going to do today. So yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, LA was awesome. Let me see. I think, yeah. Let me grab this real quick. Okay, we're good to go. Yeah, LA was wild. Venue was great. Then the rest of my time there was also cool. I went to like a friend's place for a really American barbecue. And then the other days I actually went to the studio in LA with really cool people. But yeah, no, the show was awesome. I definitely would want to play in the US again. Yeah, I live in Tokyo. So yeah, I don't get to like play much in the US. Also, I'm kind of squinting at the screen because my screen is like all the way over there, up there. So I'll try to catch as much of the chat as I can. Will I ever do a set in the UK? As the first question, and has a repressive Moi Moi been considered, as I cannot find any copies on vinyl that aren't ridiculous prices. So unfortunately for Moi Moi, probably no represses. I've not considered it, at least. We've done like a normal like 500 vinyl like pressings, then did like another 500 for like limited edition. I don't know if we're gonna do other ones. That there's nothing at least planned for now. But a show in the UK, I would love to. I think I could make it happen somehow. But again, these sort of things are more about getting booked. So, if you're an organizer listening to this in the UK, please let me know. I'm always down to, you know, play abroad. I want to play abroad more. So, by the way, are you still making future bass, or are you focused on other genres right now? I'm always doing kind of like all sorts of things, especially this year. Might have seemed like I haven't been doing much, even though paradoxically I've been doing so much music, which most of it is going to be released and is scheduled to be released. And when it comes to genres, I've been doing, I guess, quite a bit of housey stuff. Lately, I have a big French kick, just kind of like brick butt sort of stuff. I've been doing that a lot. But like, you know, future bass, I've been sort of like keeping. I haven't been doing it much, so that next time I do it, I come with like a bunch of ideas, and I have like projects which I think I might, you know, look forward to making future bass again, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, lately I've been more into sort of like French, Dutch, and funk a lot. So yeah. Anyway, I'll keep rambling. Let's get a thing going for now. Hopefully, so right now, just like today, I'm using like my really nice camera, which is the Sony Alpha 7 Mark III, I guess. But yeah, I can kind of like manually zoom on spots, but it's not catching quite everything. But I think you're able to see most of the modular system. I'm gonna get a little thing going. I think I'm gonna go for like weird, like I'm just gonna do like a little generative melody for now. So let's see. First, I'm gonna get a sip of my soda. Also, as I go, you guys let me know if the levels are fine, if nothing is too loud or too quiet. Yeah. So I guess I will just have a new one because it was just like testing stuff earlier. Okay. For now, I guess I'll just use marble as the clock, or just like the nerd sequencer. I like having it as the main clock. I'll use this. So what I'm doing is setting the nerd sequencer, which is a nice little sequencer module in a tracker fashion, which is awesome. And I'll just have it as the master clock because it's easier to like sort of like trigger sequences rather than just like marble going crazy all the time. So when I press play on here, you can see like marble sort of doing its thing. I'll set the rate to, I don't know. I'll just have that randomly triggering, I guess plats, and run plats through. Yeah, we're gonna make some pretty bleepy thing. First, I'm gonna show you how weird you can get with it, maybe. But check this out. So right now, that's cool. That's not what I intended to do, but so what I wanted to do is send it to the trigger. And I'll grab like sort of like a. I'll adjust the envelope. I think I'll go for like, yeah, the FM bell. So right now, nothing too exciting, obviously. But I'll do the thing right now, which makes it musical pretty easily, which is, so what I'm doing, I guess right now I should explain. I'll try to explain as I go. But right now I'm just having marbles, which is a random sampler, meaning it's just kind of like a random value generator, but it can have like sort of, you know, like it's random to an extent, right? Where you can have something that's random, but like generated as like a seed in a loop. So like, you know, every 4 steps, every 8 step, it's random, but it comes back to that same value range. Or you can have it on a scale, etc. I like to have it through my scale of my Dupfer module here, which like grabs any sort of signal and what's it called? Sort of quantizes it, quantizes it to a scale. It locks it to a scale. So I'll have whatever it's generating randomly. And I'll send it on here. Right now we're on a minor scale. And I'll send that back into the like Platts octave input, or like just like, you know, pitch input. Already, that's kind of cute, right? I don't know if you guys can hear it good, that's fine. I'll just probably turn up my headset. Is moi 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 your only side account? So moi 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 is just like my random sort of like shenanigans of you know, beat making and weird experiments and stuff. Other side accounts I have are, yeah, Rose is one of them. Rose is an account which I upload every you know, few years. Which is kind of like hip hop and whatnot, kind of like lo-fi stuff, I guess. Another one, oh my god, what side accounts do I have? I think I have one called Cutie, which is like I have 2 tracks that I made one time, and for some reason I just uploaded it on a separate thing. And I have Keyboard Kid is like my former alias. You can find it on SoundCloud if you want to hear terrible production. It's not all terrible, but it is kind of old, obviously. Does releasing widely different music like jungle ever feel kind of freeing compared to your normal style? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I have Lycopene, which doesn't have any sort of account or presence online, which I kind of like having it that way. It's more like an alias that exists, but there's no, you know, space online for it. That's always nice. I got to do my like first sort of original release through the We Are Massive compilation project, which is awesome. And so you have like, yeah, this like jungle 6-minute track called Access. That is definitely the most fun. Well, it was just real fun to do. I think I have fun in general with music, which is why I do it. But it's definitely, yeah, I guess freeing is the word. Just kind of like fun to do because it's the sort of stuff I'm obsessed with. And I definitely want to do more Lycopene stuff, just jungle stuff. I've been keeping up with Sammy G and the vocal stuff he's doing. Yeah, I've been keeping with all of it as it's been released, and it's freaking amazing, and kind of like makes me feel that, because for a while I've been experimenting with my own vocals, and I'm like, yeah, I could probably also do it. I'm planning on releasing music with my voice, but it's definitely made me like, oh, this is like cool and awesome. He's just kind of doing it, and it sounds awesome, and I feel like I could also do that, So yeah, all this stuff is amazing. It's super catchy and groovy, a lot more groovy than I, you know, would have expected from, Sam, considering I've known him for like years, and well, like his music. I mean, all of it being like mostly kind of like crazy ethereal beats, right? But the stuff he's been putting out is like super funky and groovy. It's like awesome. I'm super into it. I remember he did that jungle song on an Instagram live. Yeah. I think I was back in France when I was like kind of like working on it. The Axis one. Stream is sponsored by Orangina. Okay, so I have this little melody that's being like randomly generated. Marbles is randomly triggering it, but also is kind of like outputting this sort of melody every, I guess, like, every step it switches. So that's fun. We can make it like more biased, so it like triggers it more often. And what we can start doing to make it kind of fun is setting that. I'll grab like is that gonna be long enough? Sure. I'll send it to the DSP, the Pico DSP, which is an effect module. So I can do a lot of fun stuff with this. I'm gonna grab a typical delay. So this is like, if you can see it here, yeah, it's like the wet level. So like this is like dry signal, wet signal. This is like the feedback, and this is like how long the cycle of the delay is. So we'll try to beat match it. I should make something that sounds like the PS2 menu. That's basically everything I do with modular. Then we can also use these random values to change things like the morphing. And then I can send that to beads over here, which is gonna, it's kind of like, they call it texture synthesizer. It's has like granular capabilities. It's a lot easier to just show what it does instead of explaining it. So let's see. I'm gonna give it some time. I think if I do, I have to like refreeze the seed again. Oh, and also have to apply it. That'll be better. And then you can make it completely random. So we're like in full ambient territory. And then we can send that signal into the data bender, which is gonna make it, well, it can do a lot of things, but I mostly want to corrupt it in the sense of downsampling. Just like that. This kind of sounds like Minecraft for some reason. Yeah, I kind of get you, actually. Maybe it's like the cute little scale we have. It's a little quirky. It's kind of cute. It's kind of interesting because I don't know if it's like you know, I think about it a lot where like this is like a type of patch I like to go for, but every time I do it, you know, a few steps down the line, it sounds completely different every time, which is kind of like what happens with modular in general. But I don't know if it's something to do with like, you know, like the chaos theory or like the butterfly effect or whatever it is, where like the fact that you have like a little like, you know, setting or factor that's like a little different, like kind of like bleeds down the line and just like changes the thing completely, like the result is like completely different. I don't know. It's really interesting, but every time, yeah, it's like always sort of different. Also, hello to people joining. Let me try to like tune the beats to like a fifth or something. Also have data bender here. I could probably like have it randomly trigger, like the clock randomly triggered. That'd be crazy. So, by the way, I've been missing them, but thanks for the sub. What's her name? I guess NASA and TJ Lux. Appreciate it. And also, if you have any questions about whatever the hell is happening, you know, feel free to ask. Right now, I'm just kind of playing around with, you know, whatever comes to my mind when it comes to like patching. Maybe you can sort of like make that a little longer. That's kind of pretty. Wow, it's all being generated in a really weird, cool way. Oh, that's kind of a cool patch, actually. I don't know how big you guys are into weird, like, glitchy patch stuff. It's like kind of like ear candy to me. It's like satisfying in a weird way. Like all this is synthesized and generated like on the spot. That's one thing I've always like found fascinating with modular. It almost sounds like a guitar playing in the back that's like being glitched. That's kind of cool. What I ended up doing is I have the data bender clock, which is retriggering, being randomly triggered. So that means the clock becomes random at every few moments. It's also randomly triggered. That's kind of cool. I don't know. Yeah, this is sort of stuff like I don't usually end up doing when I'm streaming with modular because I'm like trying to do more musical things, but like what? That was kind of pretty, right? Like that's so interesting. You could totally like chop a bunch of stuff like this and make like a song out of it. Yeah, the future of ASMR. I'll put you to sleep with bleeps and bloops. 10-hour modular system ASMR session. I already have like a 30-minute long generative session that I made with like my my case when it was all tiny in the beginning, called Weakline Star on my site channel for like archiving stuff like this, called Moi Moi Moi. It's like 30 minutes long, which was like my first attempt at like recording a generative patch. It's really calm. This is more like kind of chaotic. It's kind of cute too. Let's make it more structured. Which one is it? This one? Yeah. I can also change the repeating. I'll make it like less intense with this. Is there like a bit crushing effect on it? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is like bit crushing specifically on the data bender. It's cause with what they call the corrupts, I guess, knob. Yeah, it's bit crushing. Original signal is like this. And then through data bender, it sounds like this. We could almost, I kind of want to make like a lo-fi beat with this on top. With like all generative, maybe generative drums, generative bass. Because I could always like sort of, instead of like sending it directly to this, I could send it to Forbidden Planet here, which is a filter module, so you can low pass, bypass, and high pass. I mean, I want it after though, because I like the bit crushing, but obviously the retriggering will make it have latency. Yeah, let's do that then. And yeah, okay. Oof. Reminds me of Vocaloid songs, yeah. Now we can just like. Let's change the scale a little bit, see what we can end up on. Setting the BPM higher. Okay, melody's a little more edgy now. Yeah, I forgot this is like... Okay, I'm more feeling like a weird, like, little, you know, IDM-ish thing for now. So let's see. Also, thanks for the sub, the skeleton mango. I appreciate it. I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna have. Oh, actually, that was a cool thing I did once. We all did for something else in the patch, but I'm gonna make a new sequence on the nerd sequencer. Well, I guess I don't need to because I had the first one, but it's empty, I think. So, delete this, and I'll just use this one. I'll have this trigger. A sequence, sorry, a loop on the sample drum here, which is a sampler module. So check this out. I'm gonna grab. It's kind of like it's like not cheating, but it's like making my life easier, especially when I don't have too much ways of like playing many different kind of samples. I'm gonna go and grab a loop from Richard Devine, or Devine, I don't know how you pronounce that. And he's made some cool loops. If you don't know that person, they are really, really cool and do really weird, complex sort of modular stuff. And they have things that sound cool, like this, for instance. So I want to get something that's kind of like a beat, right? And I'm going to slice it up and randomly play it. Maybe something like this. What I can do on the sample drum is that I can slice it up to like 32 slices. They're like all at the sort of like equal length. You know? And what I can do is I can also change the envelope of the like volume of the sample. So right now it's playing through like the sample. I don't know if you can really see. It's kind of hard to see. But I can make it random. So it will play any slice, right? So every time now it's random. And then I can just have like this be triggered like, you know, every 2 step or something, and make something that sounds crazy like this. Or even like, I can change the envelope still. And the pitch. And at any time I can sort of like I can change the clock to anything I play in that sequence, so I can do weird things, you know. can also do sort of like a chance sort of thing, like where this doesn't play all the time. Like it's like, where was it? Is it on here? Mod trigger. Is it the chance setting is in here? I forgot. Gate on. I feel like it would be on here, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am. It's probably in the effects then. Probably better off with like using one of these, but that's fine. For now, we'll like content ourselves with this, like that. You know? And so if I bring, say if I have like this thing playing, I'll make this a little longer. Instead of having this triggered randomly here, I can have that same clock coming from, oh, was it this one? Or no, I want, so that's what it is. I want this one here. This one goes here, and then this one goes here. So we're getting weird a little bit. So kind of weird like this. Maybe if we make it like, because we could always have like this sort of thing randomly triggered, and for something to kind of give us like a footing, we can actually have a proper drum sequence, sort of like whoop, sort of like coming from this would be the kick, coming from here would be the snare. I'll send both of these on here, which is where I like to mix my drums. And I'll send this guy also in here, which is too short now. I'll use it for that. And send it in here. So now what I can do is have like a little glitchy thing. And I can have that drum sequence here. I'll set it to random stuff for now. I'll have kick here, and then snare. I'll do it and put it here. and sort of loop this. Maybe let's make it like a base. Or if we want to get even crazier with it, what we can do is have plats be randomly randomly pick the modules or like the models it plays. Because for instance, this is like one oscillator type, and then I can have it switch to anything else. I can actually modulate that. So what you can do is I'm already using all of these, but I'll just grab a handy cable, which is one of these. I can't really see. I'll use my fancy zoom like that. So yeah. So these are called I don't know. I totally had a name for them. But you can like basically duplicate signals by just like, oop, you know. Hopefully that doesn't ban me from Twitch. But you can grab like a signal like this and send it right over to this, which is the model. And then you can, maybe I'll just like adjust that signal real quick. Wait, also I send this all over here. Guess I'm actually not using it anywhere. I can just use this for now. Alright, time to get weird. I'll actually send it here so I can control the depth. It's fun. It's so chaotic. That's kind of nice. So cool how you could know exactly how every module works, but still come up with something you've never heard before. Yeah, I know, right? That's like so awesome about modular. It's like because you can't ever predict past, 2 patches maybe, or like, 2 connections, something. When it comes to this, then that's all up to like the modular system. So it's like controlled chaos depending on what you do, but a lot of it is constant happy accidents or just weird, whack beat territory, but it's still so fun, So it's like I could like just really like grab this directly. That's pretty cool. I heard Soda Fujimori does it as well. Soda has like an insane room. I still want to eventually check his place out because he's got like a whole room apparently like full of crazy just like a wall of modular stuff, and he's probably one of the persons I know that does it best, right? Like he's able to make full coherent tracks that progresses to different beat part, etc. He can be amazingly musical with modular. It's actually genuinely impressive because that's hard to do. Or even it takes like patience too to kind of like come up with like a whole track like that. Soda's really good at it, but I guess we use it kind of differently. But again, he's got like years and years of experience, more than me. Okay. Yeah, weird beats. That's pretty cool. I think it's sine waves playing with the bit crushing. Yeah, if you do like You guys want to do generative lo-fi? I used to do these patches a few times, where maybe we're like resampling some kind of, you know, lo-fi piano thing, but then we have it pitch it and trigger at random times. Same for the drums, and we make it kind of like lo-fi throughout the module. That could be fun to do. I'm feeling cozy lo-fi right now. Yeah. We had our fun. It's like, you know, I wanted to like kind of show you like how weird we could get with it. And this is like not much yet, but you know. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Cool, weird stuff. Then one satisfying part of modular is also just sort of like going like this and just taking it all out. So we're going to do this for our new patch. So that was the first patch, I guess. I'll have them drop on the ground. Yep. I'll just grab these tiny ones. Yep. And all clean. Now we do the uncool thing of having to pick them up. Also, this guy can stay here. There we go. Yeah, I have a few like lo-fi sort of loops that are from some like splice sample pack or something that we could just like put through our little patch. Okay, I think I have everything. Yeesh. Okay, and then this can go over there. Boom, all reset, just like that. Technically, if I want to fully reset, I could also sort of do this. It's like resetting like a speed run on a Nintendo 64 or something. Just now everything is initialized. Now let me show you some of the samples I have. We can also like do kind of a mix, so have like, you know, piano sampled stuff, but also have sort of like you know, chords with plats playing. Also have chords that I can do with Pico and stuff, like the Pico voice. But yeah, check this out. I have lo-fi drums. I haven't made lo-fi in a while. I wonder where the folder is. We'll have lo-fi drums here that we can sort of chop and stuff. That's easy enough. think there might be the created samples. All this is like the pandy stuff. It's random things, but we could also do lo-fi with this. Are the modules hard to set up and get working? Not really. Once they're like initialized, you know, you can just kind of go about your day. I guess it's harder for some modules to like save and load like states, right? On digital things like this, I can save projects and load them and stuff. But on like marbles, I'd have to remember, you know, the knob position and which setting like internally is for each thing or whatever. But to get it like set up and working, that's like easy. You sort of like me, just like reset everything. That's like now we're all ready and good. But it's also one thing with like modules or like modular where like you just kind of like do a thing and then move on sort of thing. So, but setting up is easy enough. So I have some stuff here. What about hooking them all up to one power source and building it all? Well, this is what this is, right? This is all one power source. Well, by the way, I actually built the case. I'm really proud of it. Thank you very much. But yeah, this is all like, you know, one power source, and then there's like power strips inside. But yeah, that's like as close as it gets, right? It's a bit of everything. This is more like for like beats, I think. That's kind of cool. Well, that's pretty lo-fi right there. I'll just like start picking some up. That one's kind of nice. Again, all this we're gonna chop up randomly and stuff. Like we're gonna let the module do its thing, the module system. I'm pretty sure. Let me check if I can find. Yeah, what is this? Oh yeah, no, I don't know what this is. I don't want that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I have my funny trapping in heaven stuff. Not this. Mia like moved it somewhere else then. Or maybe it's on there. No, I don't think it is. Probably had to make some space. Anyway, all that sort of works anyway. I have a bunch here, so. I'm gonna do a lo-fi remix. Good one. Yeah, I like that sort of vibe, right? So, you know, there's one of them, another one. I don't think I picked that one though. I didn't want that one, but that one is cool. Yeah, the other one was Totoro. It literally was, I think. Yeah, I'll use that one. I wonder if it's actually a proper loop. That'd be cool because I could just slice it easily. Yeah, I think it is cool. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think we can do something fun with this. So I could like do a whole sequence, but at this point, like if I want to make a lo-fi beat, I'd have the 404 and you know, tap my fingers or whatever. By the way, am I out of focus? I don't know. I think that's about right. But I want to make it sort of generative. So what's a good BPM for lo-fi? Like, let me get my BPM app on my phone. Yeah, like it's well, like 85 BPM is nice. And for now, I'll just do it like, I'll grab, I gotta figure out the chance thing. A trigger probability. There we go. Cool. So now I'll do like maybe something sort of like this. Or like every yeah, every step like this. Every step, it might trigger the sample, and I'll have the sample be randomized. Like it will pick a random slice. Let's see how that sounds like. Maybe too much. I like the chance might be too low. I like too high, so I'll do 20% probability. Or do it without? No, it's gotta be on here, right? So maybe it's like the other way around. That's kind of weird. I don't know how that works. Yeah, that's the trigger probability. So you'd think, you know. I can just do it on marbles then. Maybe that's easier. I'll have marbles. Sort of randomly trigger. And I'll do this. Oh. Yeah, if you've just joined, by the way, welcome to the stream. We're gonna attempt to make generative lo-fi, like a generative lo-fi patch. I have a few ideas. I think to make it not sustain too much, I'll do this already. It's kind of like. To have like also better footing, I'll just do a quick drum beat. And I'll use, I think I have some lo-fi stuff on the Bico drum. Then the fun part will be to like kind of like make it gritty and lo-fi, and there's many ways we can do this actually. Actually, I'll use these two. Yeah, also if you have any questions, again, feel free to let me know. me grab the proper samples for this. We need like it's kind of cool. I can move that around. What? Let me slice that one. I wonder. Make it more biased. One thing we can also do right away is send it to the filter, so we can sort of already have our lo-fi sweeps. And I guess just maybe send it over to both delay and reverb. So in here and in here. And then send that over to the data bender. I'll give it like a normal clock. Oop. Hold on, let me try not to destroy your ears. So the data bender has like kind of really impressive bit crushing. We all make like longer slices. Let me make that sequence a little longer here. I'll do also like deja vu every first step or something. It's like random but more repetitive. could also just like send that straight into beads and make it all weird, sort of like ambient lo-fi or something. Oh, this goes, oh, right, oops. I want to send this in here. Something kind of like this, and then I'll just do this real quick where I have the drums, sidechain, everything. To do it in a clean way, I'll grab both triggers. Well, they're not going to be too similar though. Yeah, I'm better off with Orchid. Oh, no, I should be fine. So I'll do this. Yeah, check this out. I'm triggering the snare with my finger. Put this in here. Thanks for the raid. The more the merrier. Send this on here. And so now we should have, well, okay, so now both of them I'll send on this module, which will cascade both signals into one. And so then I can use that to trigger math, which I'll use for the envelope of the sidechain. It's like really complicated for what I'm trying to do, but it'll work in theory. I can actually visualize the signal on here. Yeah, that works. It's on the fourth one. So on this, I'll grab the sum because I'll offset it. If we can, okay, you can't really see. It's hard to see from here. And I'll send the sidechain, which you can visualize here, make it longer. And set it on. That's already a lot more lo-fi with a bunch of sidechain. That's kind of wild. Now maybe what we could do, which is what I was thinking earlier, is use the piano kind of like an accent like this. And I have the chords actually be synthesized. So I'll have like piano, kind of like around here. And then I can grab the chords from like plats, for instance. Let me show you how that would sound. Make it like a... Try to like tune it. Got a good chord. Yeah, I think that one works. And then I can just have maybe like a simple sequence of one up like this, one down. That's what it is. I mean, like more. We'll settle for something that sounds not too insane or chaotic right now. something simple like this, maybe. And then I can also just have like that sidechain sent to like my molds, so I can actually, you know, send that to multiple sources. Like here, but also now we're getting into like lo-fi beat synthesis. What is the key element of modular synthesis as a generative tool? What would you say is the key difference between this and like working in a DAW? That's a great question. The thing is, okay, for me, right, I got into modular originally purely for like music exploration. I was like, because otherwise, you know, in my mind, it's like, there's no practical way to like use this in a DAW. It's like, you know, apples and oranges. So it's just like, I'm gonna play. I think it's fascinating, but I was like, I'm gonna do this for myself and music exploration, and I then eventually dived into the rabbit hole of modular and started getting together this bigger case. And as I was doing this, I started kind of like recording my sessions, and that's kind of like when the, you know, DAW aspect, or like that's kind of when modular met my DAW, where I would use these sessions and then maybe like sample some stuff out of them and stuff, and like me, you know, chop like some weird ambient pad or something for a track. And then as it went on, I've actually been more and more using it, because like the thing, I guess, like the key difference, for instance, is modular can do a lot of things that a DAW can't efficiently do, right? Like say like generative stuff or whatever. There's some, you know, plugins to do generative stuff or whatever on DAW, but the idea being that, you know, if I want like a crazy IDM beat all generated with like multiple oscillators or whatever, I can just easily patch it up on here, record it, and then use it on DAW. But it would be really time consuming doing it by hand with FL. And then obviously all the stuff I do with the FL modular can't do, but they, in that sense, they like kind of like are like really complementary, right? And so a really recent example of like how I could use modular in a track, which is not released but is yet to be released probably fairly soon, is that I grabbed like portions of a progression, like a chord progression I wrote on FL, with like, you know, me like different elements like piano and synth and melodies, and I consolidated that into a loop that I put in a simple drum which plays back samples, and then I patched it all in a way that would actually have the modular system chop the sample for me, right? Like, but in a generative way with like, you know, layers of like filtering, bit crushing, all randomized for every step or whatever. And from there, I let the modular system chop up that chord progression in crazy ways, record all of that, and then bounce it back to my DAW, where I curate the best jams my modular came up with. And then from there, I actually used these chops like on my track. So it's like that's one way of doing it. But there's like, even for like house music and stuff like that, or like say like sampled house music, this is like actually super freaking awesome and powerful. I made like this track called or like this session called Resonance. You can check on my side YouTube channel called Moe Moe Moe. And it's all just like French house, but all in modular with like, you know, the sample being, you know, chopped on there directly. At this point, this is all a whole workstation too. So on its own, it's like I can work on here and then I work on FL, etc. But TLDR, to answer your question, the key difference, I guess, is that they're just really powerful in what they do individually and work really well together. And for me, on modular, that's like being able to like generate a bunch of crazy stuff. It's also really good for happy accidents because even though you know everything on here and you know what you're doing when you're patching, you will never, you know, be in control of the output because it's too, you know, it's like impossible to project yourself. But like, given that, you know, if you're like trying to do something specific, like I said, chopping up a sample generatively, you can control the chaos. But the interesting aspect is like what I want is like something I can't count, like, you know, come up with kind of thing, if that makes sense. Anyway, long answer and going on tangents, but it's been like a good surprise that modular, my weird like obsession, dark fantasy, has actually a purpose in the music I do. And if it didn't, that's totally fine. And I think a lot of artists should just sort of embrace doing things for themselves anyway. And I still get to have that feeling with modular too. But it's kind of cool that it also has, you know, utility with music production for things where it's like, oh, well, I'm working on a track or something. And it's like, well, I have this thing in mind, but I can't, like, I can only do it on modular. I'm just like, patch something real quick, record it, and then good to go kind of thing. Yeah, modular has been really surprisingly cool in that instance. Yeah, modular is cool. Anyway, lo-fi beats. Let me try to tune the piano. Oh no, I just said it. Yeah, I think that kind of works. And I can do a thing where I can make the chords like sort of shift around like this. So I'm trying to think, maybe I'll do this track. What happens if I just send that to like, or I could have a cycle here. So I could have like vinyl warp easily. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Actually. So, what's it look like on here? Yeah. And if I send this thing on like here, don't worry about it. I'm grabbing this and this. It's gonna sound weird. No, it sounds like a laser. Be on the FM instead. So like I'll send this on here and this on the fine tune rather. It's kind of like vinyl warping. So you can hear it, right? It's like when you get hit by thunder in Mario Kart. I'll make it a little. Like this, and then. Thanks, Kurosaki. Now we need like a lot more grit and just like things happening in general. I can hear that. It's like crackling. part where you put cables into different ports, and that somehow changes the music boggles me the most, I think. Yeah, it's like, you know, inputs and outputs kind of thing. Some of them are like audio signals, like this one. If I take it out, no more chords. So that's just like audio going through that. Some of them are just like controlling parameters. So it's like still a signal, but it's so low in frequency that I can't hear it. But they're good for controlling things like pitch or things like that. So same thing with the chord. This controls the pitch. If I take it off, it's just sustaining on whatever default note it is. But then I tell it to play these two chords kind of thing. But it gets pretty confusing. Now we need a fat bass, a fat sub bass. Also, I'll do a thing real quick. Where this little trigger here, yeah, will be the level for this. Yeah, so when I stop it now, it's like cool. Cool. What did I want to do? I forgot. Oh yes, bass. Yeah, as a teaser, something kind of like this. Really low. Depending on how good your speakers or headphones are, you can hear that bass. Really pure, really I got R2D2. Okay, so we're gonna use that bass. And I'll just do a simple bass line, I guess. So we'll send that in here, and for the gate, is that the gate? I'm not sure. Also, that's the wrong one because I want CV to control the pitch. And I want trigger to control the gate, I guess. But again, not sure. For now, I'll just try to make a good bass line without worrying too much. Be really low in frequency. 3. I want. Oh, whoops. Hold on. I think I might be silly. up, I want it like down an octave. It's like clipping, huh? Kind of like this, right? I don't want to gate this. I don't think this is what I want, but let's see. Oh, that's a bass though. Yes. I think what I want is sidechain. I guess I could. Yeah, I forget. I have a VCA here, which is a voltage control amplifier, which I can use for like a mixing console for like audio signals, but also for signals like gates and sidechain, which are really low frequency signals. I will send the gate on here, and I will sidechain the gates directly here. Thanks for the sub, Scary. That's awesome. Out. Yeah, cool. So I send this straight to here. We got a bunch of lights today. Look at that. I wonder if I just turn off my big light. Yeah, look at that. I'll do that when I have like the whole patch ready. So I could visualize it, but I'll just trust my ears. Question mark. I don't trust my ears. I'll visualize it after all. That's cool. You can actually see it take the shape of the. Awesome. Yeah, that works then. So in theory, if I just send this into the base here, it should work out. Cool. We got sidechain and gate. Hello, Steinman. Welcome to the stream. The gate is like a little harsh. We need like an envelope. I don't have my envelope follower on my case. What to do? Oh, I could just use the sample on hold. Okay. Smart. I can just send that signal, and sample and hold, like, or like track and hold, will help me kind of like. This is kind of short. Will help me make a smoother gate signal by sort of ramping up to values I'm sending. So triggers like 0 or 100, and the track and hold module here will help me go like add what's called slew, right? So it's like instead of going like 0 100, it goes like 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and up to 100, but really quickly. So it's like a way to like kind of shape signals, I guess. And I can send that right in here. I have it track it, and then send that back to the base here, I guess, or I guess like the oscilloscope. Yeah, already there's no more transients, so we're good. Yeah, nice. It's like puzzle solving. So I'll do like boom, boom, another one here. And then, whoops. That's not what I meant to do, but that works. Thanks, Simon. Yeah, we're making lo-fi, alternative lo-fi beats. And then I'll do the same, so boom, and stop it here. So C, C. I wonder if I go like one octave down, if it's like, I might distort it a little bit. Oh, I can hear that. I don't know if everybody can hear it with their, headphones or like speakers, but it's like, I'll do like, yeah. I'll distort it so it adds a harmonic so you can hear it better. Or like overtones. And then stop it like here or something. I want to do. Oh, that's satisfying. Where's that one sample from? Like Windows XP or something? No, it's actually. I wonder if I could have. I'll try to show you the. Oh, it sounds originally. I just turned this off and this off. It's like random right now, but if I say unslice it. And then sort of play all of it like this. So it's like a whole like piano thing, but we're like, I've like sliced it like, what was it, 8? Like this. And then reverb and delay. And yeah, but it kind of definitely has Windows XP vibes. So I get you. And we even have like Data Bender doing not much right now. That's a vibe too. Could have both maybe. Yeah, there we go. Now we have both the dry signal, which is just the piano, and then the data bender kind of like chopping the piano bits randomly. That's kind of pretty. And we could always have like that fake vinyl, like grit. You hear it? It's from the fidelity being so low, but then we lose like the reverb, which is a shame. Yeah, I agree. I read that in my mind, but I'll read it out loud. Saying that when I was talking about modulars, and it was like really efficient. They were saying it's just intuitive to do something on the modular, which is making it on FL. It feels like the interface is key, and the act of being able to quickly explore a certain space and really iterate on it, even it's constrained in some way. Like, that's the thing with like modular. It makes like just like a workspace thing too, also. But obviously modular like this has like a physicality to it, which is like also one reason why I like synthesizers and stuff. This is kind of nice actually. I'm enjoying the loop. I'm surprised. But is it this one? Just so I can go on a tangent. Yeah, talking about that, I think yeah, like that's why like I was saying I like synthesizers, like the physical thing, because of workflow and how it's laid out. I've talked to a friend about it actually recently, but that's like the thing with like software and hardware, where like, again, like software, there's like pros and cons for everything, but in the topic of like workflow, I like synth and like the physical hardware thing, I should say, because, you know, it's all laid out. I can just like do this and that. Well, if it's like a key and a mouse and that's a screen, you know, you're a lot more limited in the workflow speed or something. You know what I mean? It's like you can't do this, you know, on a PC unless you maybe like patch it in a matrix and you're able to like do both. But even then, you know, like I can go this way. If you like patch it in some way, you know, it's like extra steps. There's like something about the physicality where it's like all laid out and you can just kind of like do whatever you want. It's different, but works really well for hardware synth and modular, in the case that modular does really unique things, like, you know, being really generative and is sort of like a happy accident machine. But yeah, so again, like, you know, I'm on all teams. I'm not team this or that. I think there's pros and cons for everything. It's obviously like more complex than just, oh, modular is better or something, because modular can do many things a DAW can't, and also can't do anything related to, well, I don't know, just like a lot of things that DAW can do that this cannot. So if anything, it's like, yeah, perfect for each other. Or at least a great tool to music production if you're looking to do that. But again, I originally started playing with modular for music exploration. Ambulance passing by. And so the finding purpose for it in music production was sort of a good surprise. And yeah, then we can also have like the conversation of like tools and the person using the tool. You know, you can use anything to make anything. Using modular is not going to make you sound like something or whatever. Me, like, it depends if it's like a synthesizer, like, the Oppenheim sounds like this, like literally, but you know what I mean? Like a tool is how you use it, sort of thing. I totally believe that. It's like, you know, one cool example I have of that, it's like of like it doesn't matter what tool you use, it's what matters is how you use it, is like Calvin Harris. I created disco album. I mentioned it before on streams in the past, but that whole album is like it's like a really sort of like influential pop album, right? But it was made entirely on Octatrack, which is a like 90s tracker software, which is fairly limiting, but again, it like if you're comfortable with it, which I guess it's what like Calvin Harris back in the days like used to make music on, you can make anything. And a track like Acceptable in the 80s was made on this, 90s 8-channel tracker, like 8 audio channel stereo, I'm pretty sure, but like 8 audio channels, it's like crazy. I'm sure there was like more than just that involved to some extent, but that's like, that's like awesome, right? Or the rumors of Justice making Cross on GarageBand or whatever. It's like, real or not, it's like, I think I'd believe it because it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter what you use. What matters is like how comfortable you're with it. And, you know, then again, I don't want to be like, also, like I believe that, but also believe that having tools with you can definitely improve your workflow and the result of your sound kind of thing. Because again, it's like I don't want to be saying that, oh, you don't need anything. I have like all this nice expensive equipment. Sounds really easy for me to say. So I also believe that obviously having nice hardware, nice equipment will improve. Obviously, like literally what you do, you don't need it, but if you can, it's always a plus. But you get what I mean about tools, using them, blah, blah, blah. I love going on crazy long tangents. But hopefully that kind of makes sense. It's things I genuinely like believe in. And sort of like realized over the years. So, because I was like afraid of like being stuck to FL Studio. It's like, man, like, it's like I've only made music on FL. It's like the only thing I use for music, and I've been using it for years. And is it gonna feel weird? Like, am I gonna be rich at a point where I'm like stuck? And that's sort of like when I started doing like hardware stuff, and then dived into modular, and I'm like, oh my god, I can make like music anywhere. It doesn't matter. It's like the same thing with the M8 tracker, little tracker guy. I'll just like take it out to like show you that cute little thing if you've never seen it before. This thing looks like this. I've made a ton of music on this, and it was like super liberating because it's like, oh my god, like I can use anything to make music. Obviously, I still use FL Studio because I'm most comfortable on it, but yeah, it's fun. I definitely recommend music exploration. It can be hardware too, but if it's like modular stuff you're interested in, there's like software equivalents, etc. But yeah, you get comfy with the tools you use. I might not look for other ways to improve. I keep bumping my my table and hurting myself. But yeah, agree. Let me check. Generative is so nice. I've been really enjoying making generative visuals, and that has made me want to try out some modular synth stuff just recently. This stream is making me want to try harder. Thanks. That's awesome, Nomoron. I'm actually really curious about generative visual stuff too. I think when I move out of this place, I'll probably dive into that because I need space for, I want to get like a nice little modular visual setup going on. Only issue with a lot of hardware is electric bill goes burr. Yeah, that's definitely true. So I'm thankful I can sustain that, making a living out of music. But yeah. Anyway, beats. Oh, I forgot. There we go. Oh, yeah, let me do this. I wonder if I can use. Hold on. Backspin. If I could use simply the audio output of this to just trigger this, because I have like this whole crazy setup. I'll see if that works, and if it does, it would be cool, because then I can just use the VCA to like cut the drums at times, but also it will stop the sidechain. I'll make sense in a minute. Hold on. Let me try this. Does this work? Interesting. It only works on the snare because the kick is not loud enough. Or he doesn't have like enough transient. Can I fix this? Sure. I just need to make that signal more exponential. So I'll send it to my VCA right here, and then just make it a little crazier. That sort of kind of works. I could also just oh yeah, I see what's going on. And then the idea would be that, well, hold on. I think that's fine. I'll just do the ye old thing before, because it's more sort of a constant sidechain, and I like that better. So I'll just send this right in here, and yeah. Yeah, I wanted to distort the bass line a little bit to add like overtones or harmonics or whatever. I think I'm meaning overtones. But I'm not sure where I could send it for that. I could literally clip it on like the VCA or something, like actual clipping. I could also grab like one of these. Might be a little jarring at first though, but that's a sub, yeah. And then little hardcore. I think I'll try the clipping trick of sending this like in here or something, and then adjusting that output, the clipped output. I don't know if it will actually work out that way. Yeah, let me try that. Well, I need the output. I forgot. Send that in here. Yeah, distortion. It's like we got a sub bass, right? Then a little bit of distortion. You can like so you can, yeah. It just supports it so you can kind of like find it in the mix. Yeah, just really slightly. I think that's good. Should I make the kick lower in pitch? Is that cool? That's cool, yeah. And so what is going in here? So, okay. like 1 octave higher. Ooh, that's trippy. That's cool. Now what would be ideal? Let me check if this is possible. I'm controlling the bass line on the nerd sequencer. I'm not controlling the pitch of the sample here, but that should be adjustable easily, just like here. I could also just like hook it up if needed. Actually, I'm gonna hook it up just to like fix that. Because I think we could just like change the key if we want, however we want, if it's all hooked up properly. Like I'll set this to like a sample tune, do this. And have, what is it? Let's see, this is 5, set to whatever default. Oh, it's like an octave down. Okay, I think that works. So now this is controlled by the nerd sequencer. The bass is, and the chords also are. Hopefully this works. I'll transpose it 2 semitones up. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart. It works! That's so cool! We changed key. Ah, hell yeah. This is cool. So we can pick like any key we want. On the spot, everything will shift. Oh man. Vibes. And then what if we just like transpose again, down 3 semitones. Ah. Yeah, that deserves no lights. Only vibes. What if the camera had like latency this whole time? Then 2 semitones up for the next part. It's like automatic too. It's like, yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Nice patch. We did it, guys. Where does the reverse-like sound, where is it coming from? The reverse-like sound that you hear like, kind of like in the back, is actually from beats. So I'm setting the piano like shots into like a bunch of stuff like delay, reverb, and then beads is kind of like sampling live that incoming signal, so like the piano shots with the reverb and everything, and kind of like retriggering it, or like playing it back an octave higher, but it's all granular, so it's kind of like cycling through like the volume envelope. It's kind of like doo, 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 doo. It's like retriggering almost. Yeah. Thanks. You can always kind of adjust that too, and then you can always like sort of like pause the drums too. So like say something like this. Back. I guess I have to double tap if I wanted to like play back right next. Yeah, that's cool. Then what we can do is like go back down 2 and have the drums start on the same thing. So like yo, I'm actually really excited about this. This is cool. What a vibe. And then back up. Yeah. Nice. Lo-fi beats to study to. Ethereal beats to study to. This is cool. If I keep the lights off, though, I'm gonna fall asleep. Professors, not processors, professors in uni, her doctoral thesis was all about the interaction of generative tools and creativity, minimizing the distance between interacting with the tool and seeing how it affects the product. Yeah, so okay, though she was mostly interested from an AI angle, like how can AI can come up with prompts to further bridge that loop, and we can see how that's become very fraught topic right now. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. We're not going to get into that. But yeah, minimizing the distance between interacting with a tool. That's what it's all about. That's what I was talking about earlier, right? Where it definitely affects the product. I don't know if it can be for better or worse. And in the case of like music production or like writing and stuff, it can be different for everyone. But yeah, in my case, when it comes to like that kind of stuff, that's why I like hardware synthesizers a lot, is because like you put it, minimizing the distance between interacting with the tool. It's like the physicality of it, at least with hardware, is how I can see like how it's like analogous to that, or it's like, it's all fucking there to put it very roughly. It's like it's all there, and I could just do this. That's as minimized as possible. with like synthesizers, like sound design and such, definitely it affects everything, because like the thing you want to do, or again, depends on how you approach like making music, but likely you want to minimize the time you spend like, I guess, yeah, interacting with the tool in the sense of like going through menus or whatever. If you can get it as fast as possible, like out of your mind onto paper, I think is like, that affects like the like your creativity, because your workflow is just in sync with your brain or something, right? It's like you're just think of something. The ideal thing for like an artist would be like just think of something and just miraculously just like appears in front of you in matters like seconds, right? Just like minimizing that interaction is definitely something I find important, because when it's like, I guess I come from like the perspective of like songwriting, right? Where I'm like trying to put like a chord progression down, or like a specific sound for something. I like to have my ideas in my brain just kind of get onto the real world. But one case where like, minimizing interaction between, how do you put it? Like the tool, and stuff is like, or like a case where that would not be like, as big of a deal is like if you're trying to mess stuff up on purpose, right? Weird, happy accidents and whatnot. But and when it comes to like songwriting, I think that's definitely like, yeah, something I have realized, also by accident, just by playing with hardware. It's like this physicality is like a real improvement for workflow, especially when it comes to sound design and whatnot. And with like modular, that's such a different area. It's hard to like compare it to, but it's like there's definitely something unique about that interaction that is definitely not something you can have exactly on computers. Yeah. If I would hear this in some mix on YouTube, I'd look it up. Reminds me of Yumeniki. Nice. I mean, it's like the droney sort of like chords with like the vinyl warp. It's like kind of like, it's like a little, it's like happy, sad, you don't really know. It's like I was listening to Yumeniki OST stuff the other day. Oh, there's like this one called, what's it called? It's like the Morse one or something. That's like, what is it called? Unreadable Hertz or something like that. Where it's just like a few notes of piano, bit crushed or downsampled, I guess, because it's very like a, low sample rate sample. And it's like a loop of that, but it's like I could listen to it for like hours. And then you can like start this and that. Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I usually make like little fun loops or experiments on stream, but that's definitely one of my favorite little patch I've made live, at least. Everything is recorded on my Zoom H5 too. It's been recording for like almost 3 hours now. I guess I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. Yeah. I really appreciate that you can just like jump around keys. Let's try a different key, like. Yeah. Ah, that's nice. I like when it's kind of like almost too low. Yeah, good night. Good talking. How do I pronounce your name, by the way? 6DK. 6DK. Yeah, the one, I wonder if I could just play it on the desktop. 'Cause if I bring this up, I think I might be able to like show you the one I had in mind. Actually, I have my little keyboard down here. What was it? I'll find it in my history. Unhealable, that's what it is. I'll just turn that down a little bit. Yeah, this one. Okay, so that should work. I'll just play, turn this on. It's just like this loop. But I don't know what it is. I could like listen to this for like hours. Didn't Camellia write the soundtrack for Yume Nikki? I gotta talk to Camellia about it if that's the case. Yeah, just banger. Few notes, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like, yeah, 5 notes, banger. Could play for hours. Yeah, good stuff. Anyway. And 2 up. It's like not every time too. Oh, I could play backwards. Oh, but it's like not sustained though. If I put it like 3 semitones down, is it gonna be too low? Let's see. Let's just do it all more. Oh, now the sample can't keep up, yeah. This is the lowest we can go. You know what's crazy? What we could do? Oh, actually, I don't know if we could do it like with this playing. I was gonna say we could like just have it sample itself, even though like, so if I wasn't using this, I guess like the simple drum, I could make a whole patch and then sample it literally within the modular system, because I got this guy and I can record on mono, but you know, still cool. Anyway, I guess at this point we can just vibe for any amount of time. I'll probably end the stream right about now. I'm gonna cook myself some dinner or something. It is officially 7 p.m. in Tokyo. That's where it is. Yeah, but so thanks to everyone for coming. It was chill. I want to do more kind of like sessions where we talk weird music stuff, and I can show you other sides of modular, because I said it before, or like earlier in the stream, I usually end up doing really musical things like house or jungle or whatever, which is actually awesome, and I do want to show that side of modular, but also want to embrace more of the bleep bloops when I'm live, because I think it's great for the weird little bleeps and bloops. Yeah. So if you're into this kind of weird stuff, I stream whenever I got time, so you can't, you know, if you want to know what I'm about to stream, I guess you can follow me on Twitter at korewa. Well, I was gonna say .moe, but it's different. It's korewa moe. I'll just like post it about it on Twitter. But I guess more importantly, I have a SoundCloud side account called moe, which is moe 3 times, all lower caps, no space. That's where I archive all my weird stuff in audio format. For stuff that I actually film, same thing, moe 3 times, lower caps, no spaces, on YouTube. And it's like a little channel where I archive beats like this, but also I sometimes do little video essays or whatever. Not really, not yet, but ones where I can just, you know, like talk about patch ideas or using the pull-in tracker or whatever. Will I upload this one on SoundCloud? Maybe. I'll see if I can do just like a little simple loop of it. And just drop it on there. I can loop it for a few hours, Yumeniki style. Just like, you know, this, and then that's really simple, but I think it kind of works. My day's been good, Pandora, thank you. I'm about to close the stream if you just arrived, sorry. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I'll catch you guys later. There it is. Bye. I guess I'll leave you with a little loop as I close. But yeah, thanks for coming. See ya.